coming up on KREM 2 News at 5.
People are hurting and they need a lot of help.
As people continue to come together and clean up after the Spokane area fires, we'll hear from volunteers making a difference, one property at a time.
Mother Nature continues to bring the heat. I'm tracking highs in the low to mid 90s through the end of the week.
I'm very confident that it will lead to really good results.
Plus, as part of our Boomtown series, we're diving into Spokane's push to be a film hotspot. Those stories and more coming up. What you're seeing right there is footage just released by the Spokane Police Department of how people were being evacuated during the Spokane area fires. At the time, more than 60,000 people were evacuated across the city. And coming up tonight at 6, we'll hear from one of the first police officers on the scene who started evacuating people during that time. Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan. Well, as families officially start the cleanup process following the fires, county leaders are reminding those impacted of the steps that need to be followed before the work can even begin. KREM 2's Christian Garza followed one international disaster relief group working with local volunteers to help get families started.
And I know he'd love to have them back.
In the middle of gray ash-filled neighborhoods destroyed by the Spokane complex fires, a sea of orange can be seen making their way from property to property.
We found one. One watch.
Getting families started on the long road to recovery.
What we really want to do is to be present for those homeowners to know that they're not alone.
Trevor Von Kampen has been in the area for the last few days with Samaritan's Purse, an international disaster relief group based out of North Carolina. Their mission is simple: lend a helping hand to anyone who needs it.
So many of our local day volunteers that are coming out are local. They're coming out to help their neighbors, to help each other.
Get to share some love. People are hurting and they need a lot of help.
Steve Bland is one of the over 60 volunteers working in this destroyed neighborhood, sifting through ash and trying to find remnants of people's old lives. While what is left from these fires is heartbreaking to see, he says this level of destruction is something he's familiar with.
It's just kind of a reminder of what happened out in Elk and how quickly some of the stuff that we rely on can be taken away from us.
So far, Samaritan's Purse says it has helped 16 families and has over 110 requests for help in total.
It's kind of cool that we get to swoop in here and kind of do the things immediately, but I think people need to be reminded, I know I need to be reminded that what's taken place here is going to take years to overcome.
As families start the cleanup process, they need to do two things before they're able to get the all clear. First is make sure all the household hazardous materials are fully cleaned from their property by the Environmental Protection Agency, and the second is to make sure there is no asbestos on the property. Once those two things are done, they can then start to clean the ash and burnt structures. Bland tells me while he's been volunteering the last couple of days, he can't help but get flashbacks to the amount of people who reached out in need after the Gray and Oregon Road fires.
I think we're done. Yeah.
Samaritan's Purse tells me that they're going to stay here in the community for as long as people need help. So if you're in need or if you even want to volunteer your time, we have where you can sign up to do so up on our website, krem.com. In Spokane County, Christian Garza, KREM 2 News.
Personal protective equipment kits will be available for those impacted by the fires. You can get PPE tomorrow at Station 17, which is off West Lowell Road. Kits will be available for pickup between 3 and 6 p.m., and they'll have masks, gloves, and a protective suit. The city of Spokane has a full list of what to do and what to wear while returning to properties impacted by the fires. In other news tonight, Spokane's bomb squad rushed to downtown this afternoon after a report of a suspicious device. Crews stayed on the scene for about an hour before determining that device was not a bomb. They cleared the scene about an hour ago. Now, this is a developing story. We will keep you updated as we learn more. All right, let's get our first check of the forecast at 5 o'clock with meteorologist Michelle Boss. Michelle, another warm and sunny day today.
That's right. We've got a few clouds passing through right now, and because the sun is temporarily behind the clouds, not feeling too bad out here. Air quality's been pretty good today, though. We've had a little bit more haze. We got some smoke blown in from those still ongoing wildfires in Northwest Washington. That smoke kind of got pushed in yesterday and this morning. So dealing with that, but we should see a wind shift that'll push that smoke back to the north over the next couple of days and clear those skies out a little bit. Right now, temperature 85 in Spokane, 86 in Coeur d'Alene. Generally generally seeing 80s across the inland northwest, but we are going to see warmer temperatures over the next couple of days. The 90s are going to be back, and for us locally, we're looking at low to mid 90s, so things heating up. There's that cloud cover I'm talking about. That is moving right on out, so by later this evening, skies will be clearing up and should see a little bit more sunshine tomorrow. So we'll have more sun along with that heat, but for the evening, looking pretty pleasant. Generally light winds, clear skies heading into the overnight hours, starting off in the upper 50s tomorrow, but headed towards a high of 93 with mostly sunny skies. A few more clouds on Friday, 95, and just a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms Friday night into Saturday. Don't get too excited about any beneficial rains, but we got to keep that chance of those showers in there for the weekend.
At least we have a chance. Thank you very much, Michelle. The group Coordinated Care is bringing free vision and dental services to communities around Washington, including Spokane and Spokane Valley. It'll all be part of a 9-day van tour. There'll be free vision and dental screenings, prescription and reading glasses, fluoride treatments for minors, and more. Other local organizations will also be providing free back-to-school supplies, shoes, haircuts, immunizations, food, and more. As part of the tour, they'll be at Trent Elementary School on Thursday, August 27th from 12 to 6 p.m. That's at 3303 North Pines Road in Spokane Valley. And then next Friday, Friday, August 28th, they'll be at the Northeast Community Center in Spokane from 10 to 3. That's at 4001 North Cook Street in Spokane. The city of Spokane Valley voted unanimously to settle a lawsuit against the city for a deadly car crash back in 2022. That $3 million settlement brings the end of a 3-year litigation in which Adame's family claims the city is responsible for Bryce Adame's death. The city says Adame was the passenger in a car crash that happened at 16th Avenue and Bowdish Road. The city says they're not admitting to any liability for the settlement. Rather, they say they see this as a way to save taxpayers' money.
Time is going to heal all wounds, and so it will just take time.
Firefighters who helped put out the Spokane fires are now returning to ravaged neighborhoods to help in a different way. And a bit later in the show, we'll tell you about a brand new position dedicated to seeking out movie makers and bringing them here to Spokane.
It benefits both the teachers and the students and the community as a whole.
It's all about getting rid of barriers, right? So the more barriers we can get rid of, the more they can stay in classrooms.
Firefighters who helped battle the Spokane complex fires are now returning to impacted neighborhoods, this time to help families recover. KREM 2's Emily Fox-Millian shares how they're supporting victims.
Firefighters are donating their time, driving through fire-impacted neighborhoods with supplies for anyone who needs them.
Shovels, masks, and even toys for kids.
I think it's important to show the community that we're still here even though the fires are out.
Casey Schooley has only been a firefighter for about a month. On the second day of the Old Trails fire, he was already helping his team put out hot spots. Now he's volunteering to help people pick up the pieces.
There's more that we do than just put out the fire. We can continue to show up and support them however we can.
The effort started last week as a collaboration between fire department administrators and the Firefighters Union. Firefighters sign up for 4-hour shifts, then head out in teams of 2. For Shane Grunig, this work is personal. 3 years ago, he lost his own home in the Gray Fire.
For me, it's being able to relate to them, knowing that I've been through what they've been through, so they maybe even open up a little bit more and understand that you can move on from this.
Grunig and his family have since rebuilt, but he remembers how hard it was to even know what help to ask for.
I didn't know what I needed. So something as simple as a friend or family bringing a meal meant the world to me.
That experience is why these firefighters say people shouldn't hesitate to accept help, even if they don't know what they need.
The volunteer teams will continue driving through impacted neighborhoods throughout this week. In Spokane County, Emily Fox-Millian, KREM 2 News.
86 today, cooler than the past 2 days, but still above average. Things are going to be heating up for the end of the week. More in your extended forecast next.
Hey, welcome back. Want to let you know that a car fire is blocking westbound I-90 near Liberty Lake. Here's a live look at the traffic camera. It looks like only one lane is open right now. Well, little information is known about this situation, but as you can see, it is letting off a lot of smoke. It does appear that firefighters are there on the scene. We will keep you updated as we learn more about this situation. Spokane is looking to put itself on the map as a destination for film, television, and other major productions. Visit Spokane and the city of Spokane are partnering on a new effort to bring more of those projects to the area, and they've even hired someone specifically to make that happen. Connor McAvoy joining us live from the newsroom tonight with more as part of our ongoing Boomtown series. Connor?
Yeah, Mark, well, there's been a lot of movies, television, commercials, and major production events across Spokane, and a new position through Visit Spokane is hoping to increase the scope of what gets filmed here. From Vision Quest
Do you think bad things that we do follow us through life?
to Train Dreams and many other movies and television productions along the way, the city of Spokane has a rich history of film and television productions highlighting its beauty.
It gave me like a lot of curiosity in watching other films that are filmed in other areas in the U.S. that are like small city, and you get to learn about it.
Gatti Nicario got to experience working as an actor on Train Dreams, which garnered multiple Academy Award nominations. He says his part in the project made him realize how much the Lilac City has to offer for the film industry.
We have a lot of good local filmmakers in Spokane. You know, we have a lot of talents in terms of film editing, photography, you know, directing.
Enter Luis Moda.
I am here to sell Spokane on films.
Visit Spokane's new director of film and event development. His job is to recruit productions and events to Spokane and make it easier for them to do business here. Moda will work directly with the city's Community and Economic Development Division to help producers navigate city processes and connect with local resources. He'll work with production companies and event organizers while promoting Spokane's location and local workforce.
It could be anything from TV, films, commercials, and anything of that nature.
He says hotels, restaurants, venue retailers, and other local businesses could all benefit when productions bring people and outside dollars into the community. The partnership brings together Visit Spokane's tourism and industry connections with the city's economic development expertise.
Why can't we be the next Albuquerque, where it has, Netflix studios or something along those lines?
For now, Moda says the goal is to make Spokane competitive for those opportunities and establish the city as a place production companies think of when deciding where to bring their next project. And for actors like Nicario, he hopes that the film industry only gets stronger for people coming in from out of town and people like him that call Spokane home.
I think I'm very confident that it will lead to really good results.
Now, the partnership will focus on recruiting both film and television productions as well as major events. Moda is now serving as the dedicated point of contact for those companies and organizers looking at Spokane. Connor McAvoy, KREM 2 News.
Connor, thank you. Let's get another check of the forecast right now with meteorologist Michelle Boss. Michelle, we're kind of stuck in this pattern of just warm and sunny weather. I'm not complaining about it, but it would be nice to see some moisture.
Yeah, we have not had any measurable rain since June 28th, so it's been a while. And then we do have a chance of rain in the forecast. It's not, unfortunately, anything to get really excited about, and it may fizzle out, at least at the Spokane airport, where we just don't get hit with the showers. Today, another dry day. 86 and 59 are on the record books for today. But one thing to note, we pivoted on Monday as our sunset was before 8 o'clock, 7:59, but it continues to get earlier and earlier now at 7:55. You blink and all of a sudden it's dark at 5 o'clock. It's kind of crazy how that works. 85, got to really soak all the summer that you can while you can. 85 out there, mostly cloudy skies with some passing clouds just moving through. South winds at 8 miles per hour, relative humidity at 17%. So we got a little bit of haze along with that cloud cover this afternoon coming from those still burning wildfires in north central Washington. We had a little bit of a northwest push in the upper levels of the atmosphere, pushed some of that smoke into the Spokane area, but our winds are going to turn more southwesterly and south. So over the next 24 to 48 hours, don't see any more thick smoke moving in. In fact, we should be looking at somewhat clearer skies tomorrow heading into Friday. So good news there. Air quality has been in the moderate category. Hot temperatures are ahead, though, low to mid 90s. The hottest we've been all season has been 96 degrees, so it hasn't been a terribly hot summer it has been a very dry summer, unfortunately. We have that slight chance of showers Friday night, and then again through Saturday night. A little bit breezy, but it does look like, even if we don't get rainfall, it does look like our relative humidity should be a little bit higher on Saturday, so not necessarily looking at any critical fire conditions, even with a little increase in winds. We'll get a nice cool down for the second half of the weekend. That should put highs down around 80 degrees. Some places may top out in the upper 70s, but that cool down is going to be brief. So next 3 days still pretty hot, next 2 in the 90s, and then we'll drop down on Sunday, and then that's brief as we warm back up into the middle and upper 80s. But a big upper level ridge of high pressure is going to amplify, and as that does, that brings that heat, pushes that north, so we'll see those hotter temperatures for the next couple of days. As far as precipitation, we'll get to Friday night and Saturday, and I'll show you why we're not too excited about rainfall. These clouds that we have right now are going to push out of the way. Should be mostly sunny for tomorrow. We'll start to see an increase in moisture on Friday, so we'll say partly cloudy. We'll see a little bit more cloud cover. But then as far as rainfall, okay, Friday night into Saturday, that's about it. So again, I wish I could say we had a lot better chances for wet weather, but that looks like it's going to be about it. So mostly sunny and dry next couple of days. In the 90s, slight chance of showers and thunderstorms Friday night into Saturday. Little on the breezy side on Saturday, but then we cool it down for Sunday, keeping it dry into next week, and temperatures headed back up. You can stream live local radar 24/7 and get the forecast anytime. Scan the QR code and download the free KREM 2 app.
All right, Michelle, thank you. Tomorrow is KREM 2 night with the Spokane Indians. KREM 2 Sports Director Andrew Quinn will be live from Avista Stadium in our 4, 5, and 6 p.m. newscasts. Our coverage will include interviews with the team's players and front office staff. Tomorrow is also back to school night at the ballpark as the Indians host the Hillsboro Hops. Hey, today is National Potato Day, so instead of a photo, we're asking you to send us a text with your favorite way to enjoy potatoes. Text us your answers to 509-448-2000, and we'll share your answers on KREM 2 News just before our 6 o'clock newscast.